This is Srihari. I am from the Central University of Karnataka. I am pursuing now MSc Life Science in Animal Science. Specialization is Animal Science. Today we are going to discuss breathing and exchange of gases. Students think it's a complex and also it has more subtopics. But I will make it easy for you. But for that you have to be concentrated on this topic. Okay. What is the breathing? First of all, breathing. What is the breathing? Breathing is nothing but a exchange of gases, atmospheric oxygen with the carbon dioxide, which is comes from the cells. Okay, it undergoes in like lungs only. But humans lungs. Okay, breathing and respiration. Respiration is separated from the breathing. What is the respiration? In respiration, it occurs in cells only, but breathing occurs in the lungs. Okay, respiration is a oxidized of the glucose and forms the energy. It occurs in the cells. It occurs in the lungs. It is a biochemical process. What it is? Biochemical process. It is a mechanical process. It is a mechanical process. Okay, and it needs the muscle mechanism, but it does not need any muscle mechanism. And how we can breathe? By lungs only. Then what about other organisms? Other organisms breathe with the surface of the body, like sponges, ciliates, and also by the skin, through the skin also. Which type of organisms through the occurs breathing? By the in earthworms only. We can see the by the cutaneous respiration. We can call it a cutaneous respiration. The mechanism of the breathing, it depends upon the habitat of the organism and also cellular level. What it is? Gills and lungs. Gills is nothing but a bronchial respiration. Gills is a bronchial respiration. What is it? Bronchial respiration. But lungs, it's a pulmonary respiration. Understand? Pulmonary respiration. We already know that we have lungs already, as you know, and gills. Gills we can see in the fishes. It's a bronchial respiration, and also we will see the mechanism of the. First of all, before that, we have to see the. We will discuss about the lungs. Where it is located? In a thoracic chamber. How it is located? Like by. It has a 3 lobes. It has only 2 lobes because of the heart present at the left side. Okay. First of all, the lungs located by the dorsally vertebral column at the next side, this side, at this position. That dorsally. Then ventrally, sternum and sternum only. Okay. Sternum at this position. When dorsally vertebral column, ventrally sternum, and lateral sides covered by the ribs. Okay, by the ribs. Then lower side, we know that famous part for the lungs and also very specialized and support for the breathing is a diaphragm. What it is? Diaphragm. Okay, understand? As we know, the part of the respiratory system, what it is first? Nostrils at the nose level. We know. Think it's a face. Okay. Nostril chambers. This is the pharynx, which is common for the entry of the food and also entry of the gas. After that, larynx. After that, larynx, and this is the trachea, bronchi. It will divided further. First one is a brown. After that, primary, secondary, tertiary bronchioles will be divided. Okay. See at this, the lungs will be covered with the double layer membrane here. Okay. Double layer membrane. For what reason? Because of the protection. The double layer membrane, at the between the double layer, fluid also present. What is that fluid? Pleural fluid. The membrane is also called as a pleural membrane. And the layer between the fluid between the layers is called as pleural fluid. Why it is present in the lungs? Why? What is the function? It is nothing but due to the reduce the friction. Reduce the friction. Okay. Which membrane is like close to the lungs is called visceral membrane, which is close to the thoracic lining is called a parietal membrane. Okay, understand? And also here before the larynx, before the larynx, the main cartilaginous flap present. It is called as epiglottis. Epiglottis is a cartilaginous flap. It prevents the entry of food into the trachea. Okay, it closes the glottis by the cartilaginous flap. Okay. Now we will discuss about the mechanism of the breathing. In mechanism, inhalation, exhalation. Okay, understand? In inhalation, actually inhalation is a mechanical process and also is an active process. This is an active process, inhalation, and exhalation is a passive process. Why it is a active process? Because in inhalation, the ribs and the sternum muscles are activated and move, but in expression the muscles of the ribs and external intercostal are the present, and they actively moves for decrease the pressure inside the lungs, like in nothing but intrapulmonary pressure. But in the expiratory, the lungs, the muscles will comes to the position from which original position, like relaxation. So that's why it's called as a passive process. Okay, understand? Today the conclusion. What we discussed about the breathing and exchange of gases. Breathing, I already said that breathing and respiration difference. After that, lungs and gills. The mechanism of the respiratory organs depends upon the organism habitat and cellular level of specialization. So after that, we discussed the respiratory system of the human lungs, how it is, like how air goes through until the alveoli. Okay, at the last of the alveoli part, from the nostrils to the alveoli. What it is? Nostrils, nostril chamber, pharynx, larynx, trachea, primary bronchi, tertiary bronchus, terminal until the terminal bronchiole. After that, alveolar sac, alveoli. After that, we discussed that inspiration and expression mechanism. In inspiration is a active, is a passive because of the muscle contraction and also intercostal, external costal muscles in the ribs. Okay, we will meet the next class. Okay.